Let's talk movies.
Brilliant. So the movie I've chosen today is actually a film that I know you've seen because I've actually shown it to you. It's a vampire comedy. Got to keep with the Halloween theme.
Yes, of course.
It's called What We Do in the Shadows. It was released in 2014. And it's just a bunch of New Zealand comedians making a mockumentary vampire movie.
I'm just going to say this. I knew it was a mockumentary, but was it a comedy? Because I don't think I laughed once. In fact, I had to leave the room at one point. I'm like, oh, well, there's a lot of blood in this movie. I can't be dealing with that.
Yeah, I did. I noticed you're not used to watching films with blood in them, though, are you?
I'm not
really?
used to watching films rated 12 or above. I just want to
Don't
point
mean
that out
PG
there.
and above.
Well, Toy Story 1 is a PG. That's the only reason why I never said that. But yes, no, those that are not family oriented. If you wouldn't show your 7-year-old, you wouldn't show me. Basically.
Yeah, that's true. But to quote, because I haven't actually written up a review on it myself yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quote a review from one of my very closest friends, Jordan DeBont. Shout out, Jordan.
Shout out to Jordan.
Yeah, I'm going
happy birthday for the other day, by the way, fella.
Yeah. We had a good day out in Norwich. I met up with him with producer man Steve and a few others. It was great.
But not breaking the rule of 6, keeping with social distancing.
No, there was only 5 of us.
That's the legal bit sorted. Carry on.
There
with
was 5 of us. Chill, everybody. So I'm gonna. So this is Jordan saying, and I quote.
Yep.
This hits all the checkpoints in its comedy timing and delivery. Every line of dialogue is flawlessly written for comedic effect, and at no point does it ever miss its mark. It is a perfect blend of realism with a load of surrealism.
Right.
A successful comedy relies on its rewatchability. Where most films in this genre fail, What We Do in the Shadows succeeds dramatically. This was probably his 8th/9th time rewatching it upon this review, and he still loved it as much as he's ever loved it. And he gave it 5 stars.
Oh, what?
Yeah, 5 stars. That is top marks on this review app.
I will be honest with you. I do not feel the same way, but
you uncultured swine.
Good quote. You love it.
I'd give it at least.
Policeman Steve loves it.
Yeah.
Not as much as scaring you, but he did love it. And obviously, our friend Jordan, Jordan was the one who I've got a lot to commend Jordan for, because he was the one who introduced me to this comedy in the first place. Okay.
And I was blown away. I actually think I might have watched it for the very first time the same time you watched it, when we had a movie day.
Yes, you did.
All those years ago.
Yeah, all those years ago. Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day when
that was legal.
That was legal. But no, I really owe Jordan a lot for showing me this movie, because I honestly think it is one of the funniest comedies I've ever seen. Because it's unique that it blends horror with comedy. It's a bit like Shaun of the Dead, what we talked about last week.
Yes.
But for me, What We Do in the Shadows, I would give it 4.5 stars out of 5.
Okay, not as high as Jordan.
Not as high as Jordan, but certainly higher than whatever you'd give it.
1.
You'd give it 1. All right, Jordan is going to hate you when I link him this.
When he listens back to this on YouTube, he'll be like, Dan, what's going on here? It's like, sorry, Jordan. Look, Jordan, I'll be honest with you, right? This is a guy that watches Nickelodeon, okay? As like the main channel. Like most people are watching like The Bill on ITV or something random, but no, not me.
Well, Jordan did also end his
his
review with this last little quote.
Go on.
And I quote Jordan: "If you want comedy that feels so gloriously refreshing and is brimming with originality, filled with lovable characters, much unique from the last one, then look no further." This film delivers all of that, and I couldn't agree more.
I think it's an opinionated thing.
Yeah.
And
it is opinionated.
If I want to drop something controversial in the room right now, and I'm gonna say this, right? Nightmare Before Christmas, okay? Is it a Halloween film? Is it a Christmas film? As far as I'm concerned, it's a film that no one should ever watch or be made to watch or should never even have existed. You share my opinion on that, but we know that producer man Steve loves it.
And Jordan, again, he loves that movie.
No.
Yeah, I know. So.
And you calling me an uncultured swine?
I don't
I might have gone too far there, but never mind. It's fine. I can get away with it.
I disagree with you hugely on What We Do in the Shadows, but when it comes to what Nightmare Before Christmas, then we can agree.
We could argue all day what we do and don't
How
agree
boring
on.
would the world be if everyone had the same decisions, eh? Or opinions.
Funny enough, that sounds exactly like a behind-the-scenes Felixstowe radio meeting, but anyway, back in the room.
And Jordan did put this movie on par with the Monty Python movies and the Naked Gun trilogy, which are quite acclaimed comedies in their own right.
I can't comment on those, and the reason why is
You
because I
haven't
haven't seen them.
No, yeah.
Like most films, I haven't seen them.
Seriously, if I'd read Jordan compared this movie to Rugrats the movie, then you'd be all over that, wouldn't you?
I'd have known exactly what you're talking about there. But yeah, so anyway, 4.5 stars from you.
4.5 stars. I would give it 5. Maybe I will one day. It might change for all I know, but for now, I'm being generous but reserved in 4.5 stars.
How many times did you say Jordan has seen it?
Oh, well, he said this is upon upon writing this review, which was actually the 25th of June when he wrote this, so it was a few months back.
Okay.
That was the 8th/9th time that he'd watched it.
Okay, and you've watched it how many times?
I've watched it probably about 4 or 5, and it is gloriously entertaining.
You keep coming back, so that's a good thing. It could go up in stars. It could.
Yep, and it's just something. And believe it or not, I actually introduced this film because I actually had a movie day with my boss, my manager, and one of my previous co-workers as well. 3 of us, we had a movie day, and we each put on a movie to watch, and I brought this to show them, and they both found it very funny. I went into work I went into work yesterday. My manager was quoting it. What does that tell you?
Well, yeah, that, yeah, okay, I'm with you on that. Do you know, I'm actually thinking, if it wouldn't have been for the fact that I'm one of these viewers that basically closes I close my ears and eyes, if it weren't for that, do you think I might have had the same opinion as you? You've known me for years, Tommy.
I think the best thing to do is to sit you down to rewatch it, but when it comes to the violent parts with all the blood and stuff, we'll just skip it and see if you have a different opinion if you just do not see those clips in its retrospect.
That's a good idea.
It's an option.
Well, let me think about that, because I'm still a bit squirmish at the idea, but we'll
see.
I might come around, who knows?
We'll see.
Well, Tommy, thank you for the movie review. You're going to stick around for the answer to the 7:30 brain hurt.
Oh yes, yeah. I couldn't sleep if I didn't hear the answer.
And you'd have to go all weekend as well if you missed that. Okay, then we'll keep it here, and we're back after the break. We've got some music.